What up y'all, Rainism here. Welcome to a video that is actually a little bit different than usual. In this video, I'm going to challenge my building skills to see how much I've learned throughout the years of playing Minecraft. And you're probably like, Ray, how do you plan on doing that? Why, making a transformation build, of course. And to be specific, I'm going to try and transform Valkyrae and Sykkuno's treehouse base. And according to YouTube statistics, only a small what? I can't do this. How? Honestly, how? Yeah, whatever. Just subscribe. At least leave comments. It makes me happy. And I'm pretty sure it's about this time where it shows where I lack experience. Like, is that stone okay? Did I place it correctly? No, I'm not confident there. Like, how about here? No, it's supposed to be here. Right? Is that correct? And I'll just start placing random blocks in hopes of a treehouse somehow getting built from here. I hate digging in creative. It's so slow. Like, it's so painfully slow. I mean, it would be actually smart to show you what I'm trying to make here, right? So, this is the goal. What I'm trying to do, like the checkered pattern in the floor and the 3 high windows, I think. And I'm just going to make it not a box, just a shape, and just try to replicate this one. So this is what I'm trying to replicate here. I'm going to try and replicate the stone, the magma blocks, and the glass block palette, right? And I'm also going to try to incorporate to build the spiral staircase and the elevator on their treehouse, on the actual treehouse on top. And as you can see here on the bottom left corner, you can see here that this is the place where they're trying to do the smelting parts. The I think it's just the smelting parts. I don't know, but yeah, I'll try to incorporate that one, and I will also try to incorporate my style, like how I would build this place, right? And I will just get back to you where I could actually show something. Time for the very first time lapse. I built something! I mean, I don't know what it is, but it's actually something. So, I'm not sure with these stripped oak logs here. I might change it down the line, but I really did keep the 3 high glass windows, and I've also kept the checkered pattern of the floor. And I'm also debating if I should change it as glass. It's because on future streams, Valkyrae and Sykkuno actually change it to glass floor, but I don't want to overwhelm the build with glass, right? It doesn't feel homey, it doesn't feel cozy, and that is not the vibe that I'm currently looking for. And that right here in the basement, I actually used the magma blocks and glass tricks as a flooring, and I've used a lot of stone for a blank canvas, and so far I really like the vibe that I'm getting here. It feels like this is the place where you do your business, right? Like how Sykkuno and Valkyrae place their like a few workbenches here. No, not workbenches, like their furnace area, their storage. And yeah, there's a lot of room for that here. And here I've also started making the elevator for the actual treehouse, which I'm going to make later in the video. And right now I'm actually going to make another time lapse, and I'll be right back if I'm able to show you something, okay? Time for time lapse number 2. I'm so stressed out right now. I'm currently digging out everything I know about building, but yeah, I actually got some results this time. So what I did here in the first floor is I actually made a few micro farms, right? It's because I do need something to fill out the space. It's a little bigger than usual. Than the original, right? And yeah, for the decoration of this one, I actually learned this one from Ethos Lab, where I use the leaves, melons, composters, and kelp blocks. And yeah, just to fill out the space, you can never go wrong with a few storage here. And down here in the basement, I actually didn't change much, like any of the original block palette, but I did manage to squeeze in an aquarium. It's because I do need something to fill out the space. But yeah, this is the wall where the furnaces were placed, and of course the diamond blocks. And the thing that made me decide to use the quartz trimmings here is because I think it goes well with the color palette with the diamond blocks and the stone in the area, right? But yeah, I think it went well in my humble opinion. I mean, I'm not a builder, as you guys know. And yeah, and here in the elevator, I'm actually going to make the rooftop next, and afterwards I'm going to proceed on making the treehouse. So yeah, I'm going to make another time lapse, and yeah, just relax with the music and watch me destroy this build. Time for the third time lapse, and I am worried I will use all of my time lapse music, but let's go. So the main part of the base is actually already finished, but before we go there, I will actually show you first what I'm trying to replicate in the first place. It's really difficult for me to showcase the original build. It's because on their streams, they don't actually give out a proper showcase on their build, right? It's difficult for me to show you any perspective, any angles, or like how tall the building is, or how like the different depths and dimensions, but all of that's good stuff. And the best thing that I could do for you is to show you screenshots of their base. But that's besides the point. The point here is that the pictures on what you're seeing on your screen right now is actually the main points or the main parts of the build that I'm trying to replicate and transform, and you should be expecting that one on the build that I already made right now. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of nervous to show you this. And there she blows! Like, yes, I've grown a few overgrown trees, and I'm really nervous with the result here is because I don't have a concrete block palette. I've actually mixed birch here for some reason, and I kind of like it though, even though it seems like out of place, I must admit. But yeah, I actually used the glass to feel to make the atmosphere feel cozy, but this is actually smaller than the original build. And I've also used mushroom blocks and netherwort blocks here just because I do need something. Once I've seen the build, I knew in the first place I have to place a color that breaks the monotonous color of brown and green. So yeah, I've chose red. And here is actually the rooftop of the base, where this is the pool where you drop in. This is their way of getting down in the first place. And yeah, I've used the trick here with the grindstones, where when you squint a little bit, it does look like chains, right? Yeah, and as I could tell from my voice, I am not a builder and I have no idea what I'm talking about. Right now, it's still a floating treehouse. It's not even connected to the trees. So, I will try and add my twist and my take on the build itself. And, I've actually learned something, that if you use Good Times with Scar time-lapse music, the result would be better. Let's try that out. Let's hit super fast build mode and finish this once and for all. Super fast build mode, and we have ourselves a man-made flower biome. That is right, my friends. And for some reason, I actually also managed to make a man-made lake here, and yeah, I really am so proud of what I managed to pull off here. So the idea behind this build is that I'm trying to replicate Lily Pichu's man-made flower biome. Is because that's what she did on their Minecraft world, right? And the flower biome actually also reached Sykkuno and Valkyrae's base, so it also adds the experience and the ambience of the base. So the thought process behind this is that what makes a good build is also the experience on going to the actual build, right? Like I don't want to sound like a builder here, is because I'm I'm not, but this is the thought process. The build must be incorporated to the landscape as well, so that's what I've learned from Good Times with Scar here. So yeah, this is the decision that I made here. And I've also tried playing on perspective here. The purpose behind the bushes and the paths here is to help our eyes look at something. And I've also added the light post here is because it helps your eyes focus on something, and it also adds the human element to the build, which actually helps the immersion and the overall experience. And again, I'm trying to play with perspective here is because adding curves like these in the roads also adds with the variation. And right now I will show you the perfect example of playing with perspectives. And as you can see here, we're actually playing with perspective here. By adding the curve on the road and blocking your eye line of sight with trees, we actually managed to perfectly frame the tree house here, right? And as you can see here, I've also added chains, and I mean, wow, that's actually my favorite view of the build. So yeah, I've actually added chains so that we could also add another human element to the build, which also builds up the immersion and the experience. And I've also built a few lampposts here, just to add more light. Like, it's really dark out here, but yeah, I've used the reddish color block palette here just to match the treehouse, so that we could break the monotony of the color palette of the green and the brown. So yeah, I've added a horse stable here, which I'm really not that proud of, but wow, this campsite here, I mean, I'm sorry, this campsite here, it really is cozy. But look at this view here, guys. I really don't know what to tell you, but I'm so proud of what I did what I did here. And I'm not sure, but I think this is the very first time I've shown the rooftop, right? Like the finished version. But yeah, here it is. I've actually added a few tables here. I've added the spiral staircase in the bubble vader, and this is really cozy here, right? Don't you think? And my poor man's optifine with the glass here. The texture really sucks, but yeah, I'm sorry about that. But wow, I would love to live here, even though the structural integrity doesn't make sense, but it really feels magical here. Like, let's go up here and let's see the view up above here. I mean, nothing really changed much from earlier. I've only added a few chests here and there. But yeah, I could now say this transformation build is complete. Enough listening to the builder wannabe, and let's look at some before and after photos. And that is it for the end of the video, guys. And if you reached this far, thank you so much for listening with my nonsense. I really don't know what I'm talking about, and I also didn't know what I'm supposed to do. I have no plans at all, and I really wish that I did Sykkuno and Valkyrae's base justice, right? But yeah, thank you so much if you reached this far. I would really appreciate it if you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I really want to represent Team Bedrock, guys, and we have the bigger community, so let's make it happen.
I won't forget how it feels. smile.